Welcome back to Portuguese Path. CIPLE A2 and Beyond, powered by Prep2Go.study.
It's good to be back. So today we're going to tackle something a little different.
Oh, yeah.
We're tackling the invisible enemy.
The invisible enemy. You mean the subjunctive, because, that feels like a pretty visible enemy to me right now.
No, not grammar. I mean fear. The myths. We're going to look at the CIPLE A2 exam based on what the actual rules say, not what you read on the internet.
We need this.
Yeah.
I've been spending way too much time on expat forums, and honestly, the anxiety is just, it's so contagious. You see people who've lived here for 5 years, they order their coffee, they chat with neighbors, but the second you mention the CIPLE A2, they just freeze.
Yeah.
It's like this monster under the bed that's standing between them and citizenship.
That's a very human reaction.
Wow.
When the stakes are that high, and a passport is a very high stake, our brains tend to, catastrophize.
Totally.
We stop seeing it as just a standardized test and start seeing it as like a judgment on our worth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I catch myself thinking, I need to be a poet to pass this thing. I'm worrying about perfect accent marks, complex sentences.
Right.
I feel like if I walk in there and I'm not fluent, they're just going to laugh me out of the room.
Well, let's fact check that feeling, because the fear you're describing, it really isn't based on the facts of the exam.
Okay, so we're fact-checking my anxiety. I'm in.
We are. The reality is that most candidates who don't pass the CIPLE A2, they don't fail because their Portuguese is awful. They fail because they misunderstood the format, or they just psych themselves out with these myths.
Okay.
So our mission today is to take the 4 biggest myths that are scaring people and just, take them apart one by one.
Let's do it. Let's start with the big one, the one that keeps me up at night. Myth number 1. You must speak perfect Portuguese to pass.
Ah, yes. The perfection myth.
The idea that any little mistake, a wrong gender on a noun, a bad conjugation, means you failed.
This is probably the biggest myth, and it's also the easiest to debunk. The exam is for the A2 level. Do you know what the official definition of an A2 speaker is?
Pretty good at Portuguese?
Not even close. The official term is basic user.
Basic user.
Yes, the framework says the speaker can handle a limited range of everyday communicative situations.
Limited range. Okay, that does not sound like fluency.
It isn't. It's functionality. It's about survival skills.
Okay, so what does functionality actually mean, like on the street here in Lisbon?
It means, can you read a Vondici sign on a building and know it's for sale?
Yeah, you do that.
Can you look at a train schedule and understand it? Can you read the label on a medicine bottle that says, tomar depois das refeições?
Take after meals. Okay, yeah, I can do those things. They're practical.
Then you are hitting the A2 standard. This exam isn't designed to see if you can debate philosophy. That's for the C1 or C2 exams.
The DPL and the DUPLE.
Exactly. The CIPLE A2 is just checking one thing. Can this person function in Portugal without a translator for every single tiny interaction?
So it's about basic independence.
That's it. And let's talk about the grade you need, because this is the other part of that perfection myth.
Right, I feel like I need to aim for 90% just to be safe.
You don't. You don't even need 70%. To pass, you need a classification of suficiente, sufficient.
And what's the number for suficiente?
55%.
55. That feels really low.
It's the threshold of competence.
Yeah.
If you get a 55, you pass. If you get a 69, you pass. The certificate looks exactly the same.
So if I'm in the exam and I say Ocasa instead of Ocasa.
So you've made a grammar mistake. But if the examiner understands you mean the house, you've succeeded in communicating.
Okay.
At the A2 level, communication is more important than perfection. You might lose a tiny point for accuracy, but you gain points for getting the task done.
That already makes the monster feel a lot smaller. Okay, but what about the actual test room? Myth number 2. The speaking section is extremely difficult and scary.
The interrogation scenario.
Yes. I picture this small, dark room with a super strict examiner just firing questions at me for 30 minutes. It's like police interrogation in my head.
That is a scary image, but luckily the reality is completely different. First off, you're almost never alone. It's a paired exam.
Wait, paired? As in, I'm in there with another student?
Yes, you and another candidate are tested together. That alone changes everything. It takes the spotlight off you half the time.
Wow. Okay. That's a relief. And the timing. Is it really 30 minutes?
No, it's about 15 minutes total for the pair.
For 2 people. So I'm only actually talking for, what, like 7 or 8 minutes?
Roughly, yeah. And it's very structured. There are always 3 parts.
Okay, breaking down for me. Part 1.
Personal introduction. Super simple. Who are you? What do you do? Talk about your family.
Okay. Chamo-me Sarah. So Americana, moro em Lisboa. I can do that in my sleep.
Exactly, you can have that memorized. Part 2 is the visual description. You get a photo, a park, a market, a cafe, and you describe what you see for about 2 minutes.
See, that's where I worry I'll just freeze. What if I don't know the word for pigeon or fountain or whatever is in the picture?
Then you don't talk about the pigeon, you talk about what you do know. Oh, sol está brillar. There are people, they just want to see you talk. You can describe around things you don't know.
Okay. And part 3.
That's the interaction. You and the other candidate do a little role play, like planning a weekend trip together or deciding what to order for dinner.
So I'm talking to the other student, not the examiner.
Correct. And the examiners are listening for how you interact. If you don't understand your partner and you say, "Pode repetir, por favor," that's a good thing.
Really?
Yes, it shows you can handle a real conversation. It's a dialogue, not a speech.
That actually sounds okay. It sounds reasonable.
It is. It's not a trap.
I believed so many of these myths until I practiced real exam-style tasks. Using the simulators on prep2go.study helped me understand what the CIPLE A2 exam actually tests.
And that's the key, isn't it? The fear comes from the unknown. Once you see the actual format, like the photo task, you realize, oh, this is just describing daily life. The mystery disappears.
It really does. Okay, let's go back to scoring, because this next myth is a bit more technical, but I know it causes a lot of panic. Myth number 3, if you fail one section, you fail the whole exam.
Right, the secret trap that isn't actually a trap.
So my personal nightmare is the listening section. I'm just terrible at it. Let's say I go in, the audio's super fast, I panic, and I get like a 40%.
Okay.
Even if I do great on reading and writing, I feel like I failed the whole thing because I bummed that one section.
I am so glad you brought this up because this is the biggest misunderstanding of the rules. People assume you need 55% in every single part.
Yeah, because 55 is the passing grade.
It's the overall passing grade. But for the individual sections, the minimum you need is actually much, much lower.
Hello.
It's only 25%.
Wait, what? 25?
Yes. You just have to prove you have some skill in that area, not that you're an expert.
Okay, let's do the math on this. Use my nightmare scenario. I get 100% on reading and writing.
Okay. Reading and writing is the biggest component. It's worth 45% of your total grade. So you've just banked 45 points.
Okay, 45 points in the bank. Then I get a 40% on listening.
Right. And listening is worth 30% of the total grade.
Yeah.
So 40% of 30 is 12. You've earned another 12 points.
So 45 plus 12, that's 57.
And you only needed 55 to pass.
So I pass,
Yeah.
even with a grade that feels like a fail.
You pass because your total is 57% and you were above that 25% survival threshold in listening.
That is incredible. It completely changes my study strategy.
It should. It means you can play to your strengths. If you're great at reading, focus on getting a perfect score there to buy yourself some breathing room in your weaker areas.
Wow, okay. That's a huge relief.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the prep time. Myth number 4. You need years of study to pass A2.
Ah, yes. The idea that you need a university degree in Portuguese.
Exactly. People talk about enrolling in 2-year courses just to be ready.
And that's a classic mix-up between language learning and exam prep. Learning a language can take a lifetime, but preparing for this specific exam can be much, much faster.
What about those PLA courses, though? The government ones, they seem long.
The PLA courses are great for general integration, but they're 150 hours of class time. They take months. The CIPLE A2 is just one exam on one day.
So you're saying I should focus on exam strategy, not just general learning?
Precisely. You need to study the rules of the game. For example, the writing section. Most people think more is better, right?
Yeah, write a long, beautiful letter, get more points.
Nope. You can actually lose points for writing too much. The first part is a short message. The limit is 25 to 35 words.
35 words. That's a text message.
It's tiny. Hola, vou chegar tarde. Perdi o autocarro. Desculpa.
That's it. If you write a 100-word essay, you're not following instructions.
And the longer part, the letter.
Usually 60 to 80 words.
That's still so short, so I should be practicing how to be brief.
Yes. And you should be focusing on reading. We said it's a huge part of your grade. That's the easiest thing to study on your own. Master the reading section, and you've basically secured almost half the points you need.
So instead of trying to master everything for years, I focus on Specific, high-value skills.
Exactly. And even with listening, which is hard, I'm not going to lie, it's fast, it's natural speed
Yeah, it
Portuguese.
sounds scary.
It can be.
I,
And they use what are called distractors.
trick answers.
Basically, the audio might say, I wanted to take the train. So you hear the word
And
train,
you circle train?
but it was canceled, so I had to take the bus. The real answer was bus. Ah, sneaky.
Very. But you don't need years of study to beat that. You need focused practice on spotting those trick phrases. It's a skill you can learn.
This changes everything. I've been thinking of this as climbing a giant mountain called Learn Portuguese, but it sounds more like climbing a specific smaller hill called Pass the CIPLE A2.
That is the perfect way to look at it. The exam tests, if you can live here, can you read that von Dussie sign? Can you understand a train announcement? Study real-life stuff.
Study the supermarket flyer, not poetry.
Exactly.
Okay, so final advice. I'm walking into the test center, the nerves are kicking in. What do I need to remember?
First thing, stay calm. Seriously. Panic causes more failures than grammar mistakes. Take a deep breath and remind yourself. I'm a basic user. My only job is to communicate, not be perfect.
And practically.
Don't leave anything blank. It's multiple choice. If you have no idea, guess. Use the process of elimination. You don't lose points for wrong answers.
Right.
Just keep every section above that 25% line and let your strengths carry you to the finish line.
I feel so much better. I really do. I've gone from feeling like I need to be a native speaker to, just a functional expat.
And that's all they want, a citizen who can participate in society.
And the math allows me to be imperfect. I can struggle a bit as long as I can read the signs and write short emails.
You've got it. The monster is back in its box.
It's not a monster, it's just a test.
A standardized, predictable test.
The CIPLE A2 exam is simpler than people think if you prepare the right way. Learn the reality at prep2go.study. Ciao.